Dunnage, the site of the first permanent dwarven settlement in the Deadfire. Balefire Beacon. Dunnage is where the dwarves managed to forge the first trade relations with the Huana inhabiting the archipelago in 2742 AI. The relations continued until the dwarves were forced to abandon the island in the wake of an attack by local Naga tribes and the undead pouring in from caves beneath. The hostile locals did not discourage new tenants. The Príncipi Sen Patrena, who settled it again, and by 2828 AI, turned it into one of two centers of their operations in the archipelago, the other being Fort Deadlight. Well, that's a bit of local history of Dunnage. Caves beneath with undead? That's quite interesting. Knowing that that is down there, I suppose someone will want me to venture down there to get something for them while braving the undead. That is usually the case. Well, if it's worth my time, then I'll do it. Coin, experience, new and better equipment, that's what we need out here. Aothis cannot be brought down with an ill-experienced and ill-equipped group. Also, there is a play to help. I'd like to watch it when it's ready, and so would Shodi. Life's pleasures shouldn't be missed, because before you know it, everything could be gone. Hello. A fine day to you. Hello there.
I hope you like my set.
Yeah, I listened to it. Very interesting. Vessel bone?
Sure.
The treasure trove. Hello. The first thing I notice about this man is the nature of his attire. Loud and clashing reds and purples, bright as a peacock. On second glance, I see that he's tall and lanky, boyishly handsome in an unkempt way, with a trim beard and a friendly smile. He hums a little tune to himself as he watches the passers-by.
My good sir, hello.
He gives me a frightfully cheery wave and beckons me closer.
Whatever might I do for you?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm certain there's no need to tell you, observant as you no doubt are, that I am an actor.
He says the last bit with a flourish and takes an extravagant bow.
Stage, tavern, street corner, they are as much my home as where I lay my head at night. So, I travel Aora, looking for opportunities to share my gifts with the grateful masses, wherever that may lead me.
You make a lot of money doing that?
Oh, goodness, yes, loads of it. I've been known to joke that I'm less a man than I am a walking bank, for all the coin that I carry.
Interesting.
The common folk do so love an actor. We bring mystery and excitement to their otherwise dreary lives. Yes, you could say we're doing the gods' work.
As he speaks, I notice that the toes of his soft boots are worn thin. A closer inspection reveals that his robes are unraveling at the hems and are well-patched at the elbows, too. You're broke, aren't you?
How dare you? But you're not wrong, to my great chagrin. Times have been tough of late, what with the giant statues smashing up the place, and few in the Deadfire have coin to spare besides. It's quite difficult, you know, living as I do. On occasion, foolish folk will take my act for reality. I've thrice been run out of a town for impersonating a foreign dignitary. Damn fools don't understand the blistering wit of my satire, I tell you.
Oh, for shame.
I had to learn to protect myself as a result, though I must admit, what martial skills I've got aren't of use for much more than fighting off wolves, or throttling a thief with designs on my satchel. Thank the gods, I hardly ever need to use them. I could talk myself out of nearly anything, you know.
You sure can talk, I'll give you that.
Well, thank you. I must say it's gratifying to be recognized for one's talents. All things being equal, I'd much rather recite a sonnet than swing an axe, but a man's got to make his way in the world any way he can.
Can you teach me what you've learned in your travels as a performer?
I would be honored. But a man needs to make a living, you know. So, for my services, how about 3,000 copper?
Seems to be the going rate. Okay, here you are.
Fantastic! Let's get to it then.
His training is idiosyncratic. He starts by describing a character he'd like me to play, a street tough, an embittered sailor, a noble in the throes of a tantrum. Then he recites lines to me, asking that I recite them back in the attitude of my character. He then shows me how to use those characters to trick people into giving me what I want. When I show him I've got it, he gives me a wide smile and bids me farewell. I hope that will actually come and be helpful in my life. Could use some of this, since nobody seems to care. I think we're full of repair supplies. Food, though. Vegetables. That'll help. What's this?
The Watcher.
Well, if nobody wants this.
Regular ship hunter's ship hunter.
Aye. Anyone who kills that many Valine trading bastards is a right hero of mine.
What are you talking about me? I never... Watch as a ship hunter's ship hunter. I don't think I really been going after Valians. Actually, some of them were Valians. Maybe that's what they mean. The shelf contains current navigational charts and bestiaries about various sea monsters a captain could encounter. Interesting.
Welcome to my emporium. Whatever you need, I sell.
He gestures at all the stalls around him.
What would you like to buy today?
You own all these stalls?
I do now. I started out with only one stall and eventually branched out, buying out my competitors one by one.
Show me what we have for sale. Pale hide. Oh, it's an armor. Legendary quality. Something I haven't actually seen before. Interesting. He's got some really nice equipment here. You need a lot of copper, though. I think we're good for now. Thank you. It's a stray dog over there. We'll bring him in with us. Tar loaf and grog. If the labels on these bottles are to be believed, these concoctions can cure everything from scurvy to death itself. Yeah, sure. The fish. Hey, we need to find...
Looking for work. I've got coin and a few scores to settle.
Is this an open bar over here? Or, sorry, that's quite different. A bar that's in the outdoors over there.
You carry yourself like a person well acquainted with violence. Care to put your skills to use for a good cause? And some coin?
Good cause? Let's hear it. She dances a coin across her knuckles, mirth a bright glint in her eyes. Tell me about the cause you mentioned.
It's simple enough. The firebrand commanded by Captain Henqua once plagued the Deadfire. The skill and brutality of Henqua's crew was the stuff of legends.
Desirel flicks the coin she's holding and snatches it from the air with a grin. Up close, it's clearly a swollenette.
Legendary nightmares, more like. After how they did the crew with a virtuous reward. Even that bastard Benwith wanted nothing to do with them.
But pirate legends don't live long. Some months ago, an alliance of Neketaka pirate hunters managed to corner the firebrand and sink her off the coast of Tikawara. They confirmed Captain Henqua's death, but her senior crew members escaped unscathed. And now it seems like bringing the firebrand's crew to justice doesn't matter to anyone but me.
Even in the low light, I can see a vein throbbing at her temple. Her voice drops to a low growl.
So I want you to kill them. And I'll pay you out of my own pocket if you do.
Sounds like you have a grudge against the firebrand's crew.
It's nothing personal. The crew earned their reputation through murder and thievery, and it would make me sick to see them regain an ounce of their power.
She tries for a nonchalant shrug, but it comes off looking like she's got a sore shoulder instead. As she speaks, Desirel removes a small swollenette from her pocket and polishes the surface with a corner of her shirt. Her features soften like she's visiting an old memory. Then she stuffs the coin back in her pocket with barely an audible sigh. You're not what's bothering you?
There's no need to make my concerns your own, my friend. It's family business, that's all. But I suppose you have a right to know.
She pauses and slips a swollen note from her pocket again. It gleams golden in the low light.
My idiot kid sister was on the Firebrand, seduced to a dishonest life by the promise of adventure. When the pirate hunters killed the crew and sank the ship, they also killed my sister.
My condolences. I'm sorry to hear that.
But those irredeemable lowlifes I sent you after got away without a scrape. I want them to pay. I don't much care how, so long as they take their turn on the wheel.
I'll hunt down those pirates. Who am I looking for?
The Firebrand had a mascot. A useless little bastard who's taken to calling himself Lord Admiral Imp. He's not terribly dangerous on his own, but he's keen to make a nuisance of himself wherever he goes.
She rubs the bridge of her nose and sighs.
Last I heard, Lord Admiral Imp was making himself comfortable in Queen's Berth. You'll find him there with a few zarops and constructs, the little buggers convinced to follow him. Bless their simple hearts.
Who's next on the list?
You'll be taking down Lady Ipiro, Captain Henqua's former first mate and a rumored lover. She's a cipher, and a dangerous one at that. Ipiro maintains an estate in Serpent's Crown in Neketaka. But I wouldn't recommend you rush in muzzles blasting and swords held high. She keeps a number of bodyguards on her payroll.
She winks, all smiles. I'll be careful. Who else am I after?
You'll be going after Katren, the Firebrand's resident wizard. Rumor has it, she was once an apprentice to Arkemir before turning pirate. Last I heard, Katren and her sundry little minions could be found lazing about the sacred stair here in Neketaka at night. No idea where she disappears off to during the day.
Who's the last target?
I have a challenge for you, my friend. And his name is Torkar, leader of the Firebrand's boarding parties. He's an ogre, with a reputation for cleverness and cruelty both. I've even heard tell it was Torkar who was behind the Firebrand's most successful tactics, not Henqua. Torkar was last seen at Lifte's refuge here in Dunnage. Dead set on joining a crew, or assembling his own. I trust you won't let that happen.
She cocks one dark eyebrow in question. Okay, I've heard enough. Farewell.
Happy hunting.
She nods and gives me a showy wink.
There goes the captain. I think that's the captain who blew old Benny to bit.
I heard he was playing the harpsichord when he went looks click.
Hello?
So you're the captain the old pork's been talking about. Aye, you do look like a fearsome sort. Welcome to Dunnage.
She slaps a hand onto the bar top with a hearty laugh.
What are you having? I'll pour you a double.
What do you know about the floating hangman? Her eyes go wide and she fumbles a bottle of spirits, spilling rum all over the counter.
No one survives the floating hangman. Or so they say. It's the ship of the dead. You spy it on the horizon, you flee as fast as you can.
Pietro sent me to you.
Ah, I guess the last concoction I made for him didn't do the trick then. Poor bastard.
Yeah, the man who swallowed the gem.
There's one last tincture recipe I know that won't kill him, probably. It's called Andra's Bile, but I don't have all the ingredients in stock. You'll need a rotten hagfish,
Got
an
one.
unripened palm stone, and a vial of fire kelp extract. Have him mix it all with a half tankard of grog, and well, hope for the best.
Oh my. Why didn't you try Andra's Bile earlier?
I did tell you the list of ingredients, eh? He'll have stuff dribbling out of both ends for a week. Maybe 2 if he's really unlucky.
Where can I find the ingredients?
Check the barrels around Lifter's refuse for the rotten hagfish. You might be able to find unripened palmstone for sale somewhere in Radiant Court.
She pours a drink, but rather than Passing it to a patron, she downs it herself. Unripened palmstone on Radiant Court. Okay. What about the other one?
Archer in the King's Coffin usually keeps some fire kelp extract on hand for special purposes. Be careful when dealing with that one.
Why do I need to get a rotten hagfish and not a regular hagfish?
The goal is to make him vomit, remember? A rotting hagfish produces a special oil once it reaches a certain level of decay.
I see. Show me what you've got. Yeah, all the alcohol you could ever want. Okay.
Did you hear? The gilded kestrel was lost at sea.
From Goldfin's fleet? Impossible with her wealth.
Weren't no one to bribe. The floating hangman got 'em. Bones.
Hey, what's in this place over here? We'll have to return to that last... where we docked here, because there's one of the people there that she wants me to deal with. What is this, another inn? No. Godlike, hello.
Welcome to the treasure trove, sailor.
A strapping godlike blinks between the swollen, crusty tumors lining her eyes. Her lips crack, weeping a sappy substance as she speaks.
Anything in my trove catches your eye, you let me know. All right.
Show me what you have for sale. Really nice weapons. Legendary weapons. They seem to have really nice equipment here at Dunnage. But it costs about as much as a my ship. Well, I've recently gone through these things, so... Not sure if there's anything here that I want to sell. What's down here? Hello? Hello, Captain. Despite appearances, these sacks of luminous Adra contain only brightly colored sand. I don't want to steal, so let's leave. Okay, so I think the only ingredient I need is the one from, we'll have to leave.
I've got it.
Some water. Yeah, from... Is it Balefire Beak? We need to go to Litter's Radiant Court. Okay, so let's go through this, see what I need to... Acquire the ingredients for Andra's Bile. Ripened Palmstone. Okay, so I just need Ripened Palmstone. Radiant Court. Unripened Palmstones for sale. Is that not where we are right here? Yeah. Okay, so maybe this person has unripened palmstones.
A repeat customer. I like your type. What can I stock you up with today?
Do you have any unripened palmstones?
Of course I do. But they're no good to eat when they're not ripe. Will make you sick so long as they're purple, aye.
She strokes her chin.
Tell you what, though. I'll still sell you what I got. Just don't eat them till they're brown.
Okay. So I need that unripened palmstone. Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna go to Lifter's Refuge. I seem to have the ingredients I need, but we'll I have to go speak to the guy who needs that thing removed first, I do believe. What was the name? I was just looking at it. Blueskin Amo on Lifter's Refuge. Yeah, wasn't this...
Oi, lass.
He's kind of
Can
green.
you be learning me how to do that big blue sword thing?
Is this one of those colorful pirate expressions?
Nay, gods, nay. We're literal as a dear wooden score, ma'am.
In that case, no.
Have a pity and toss me a pyre, will you?
How would you feel about playing the part of Aothis on stage?
What? I'm no actor. And besides, I can't barely see nothing as it is.
You just need to speak a few lines, stand there, and look intimidating.
Intimidating I can do. Reciting a bunch of namby-pamby lines is going to be the trickier part, but I'm game to try.
He sighs as he straightens his spine, standing even taller to tower over me.
Turn me in the right direction, and I'll make me way to the Radiant Court.
Well, that's one down. We still need one more. I think that wizard over at King's Coffin. She'll do. So we have to come back here for a couple reasons, but I'll have to speak to her first. See if she'll agree to it. Tierna.
Welcome back, patron. I so hope you enjoy the performance.
Face bland with a bored expression, the wizard sighs heavily after speaking. A hand on her hip, she cocks her head as she waits for me to speak. Calandra needs you for her play.
I'd be happy to go back working for her, except I owe Harker over there a good deal of money.
She jerks her head toward the far end of the bar.
Stupid dice went cold at the wrong time.
Yeah, I remember your story.
Until I pay him what I owe, 700 pyres, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, well, I'll pay off your debt.
Don't give it to me, give it to Harker. Knowing him, he'll tack on a few extra expenses just to spite me. I can't fathom why you're doing this, but I thank you all the same.
Okay, let's go do it.
What can I do for you?
You got any fire kelp extract for sale?
Sure do. And at a generously discounted price too.
Well, we have fire kelp.
250 pies.
We have fire kelp, but not the extract. I'll take a vial of the extract.
Be careful you don't get any of it in your eyes. Burns like a mother. Oh, burns like you wouldn't believe. Wouldn't wish that sting on anybody. Not even my worst enemy. Actually, yeah, I would.
He chuckles deeply to himself as he hands me the vial of fire kelp extract. Okay, so I want to pay off Tierna's debt. Here's 700 copper.
Got to you, did she? The woman can spot a soft-hearted mark from 50 paces. Like a sixth sense or something. Remarkable.
He nods to me conspiratorially, as if he didn't just imply I was a sucker, easily parted from my money. Pelagina nods, the corners of her mouth turning to a faint grin.
Here's the thing, though. It's more profitable for me to keep her under my thumb, so, sweet as your offer is, you can keep your money. Unless there's something else you need, I think we're done here.
No. He turns away and begins fiddling with something beneath the bar. As he does, I spy red-handled pistols stuffed into the band of his breeches. Will you take something else in exchange for her freedom?
If I wanted something else, I'd have asked for it.
Oh, this is ridiculous. What if I double the money?
Look at you, big spender. Word of caution now. You don't want to look too desperate around here. Pirates can sniff that out easy as stink on fish.
He winks.
Tierna's free to go.
That costs a lot just for this.
Endless thanks for taking care of my debt. See you at the play.
Yeah, there better be a play. Alright. Pietro.
Damn my God! Just kill me now!
Skin pasty, upper lip beaded with sweat, the sailor sways and moans.
Lost my God's darn soul in stupidity! Andre, save me now!
I give him the ingredients for Andra's bile. Rosanella says this should work. Hands trembling, Pietro hastily mixes the contents into a wooden mug, half filled with water. With a final nervous swallow, he lifts the mug to his lips and downs the concoction. After several moments, nothing happens, and he shakes his head, expression grim.
Oh!
But then he goes white as a sheet, his throat mottled red, and his mouth pops open in a little O of surprise.
Oh, God! He's coming out the other end now!
Oh, my. Iron Gut scoops up the vomit-coated gemstone, what looks to be a black pearl the size of a small rock. He gives it a quick wipe down before thrusting it into my hands.
Oh, now, if you'll excuse me, I need a change of bottoms.
I suggest you don't do anything for a few days besides nurse that... whatever. Biting back a curse, he hurries off. Wow. The things I do. We got a gem. Was it worth all of this? I don't know. Oh, there's an upstairs over here, too. Oh, yes. Yeah, yes. I know this way. Let's go see about this play. I guess the only other place to go to is Balefire Beacon after this. Hopefully there'll be still daylight, I mean. Several brutish-looking thugs emerge from the nearby alleys. Well, here's the bad side of the place. There's always a bad side. 4 of them? 5. There's 5 of them.
Well, well. If it isn't Arca's new business partner. That's quite a lot of coin you two exchanged.
We're not business partners.
Don't bother lying. Several of my men saw you at the King's coffin. Looks like Arca's hiring new muscle and coming out of retirement. And I can't be having that now, can I? Think I'll send him your head. As a reminder to stick to selling grog and flea-infested beds.
Oh man, you guys are so stupid. This has nothing to do with what you're thinking it does. Okay, so all we have are thugs. I'll take care of this stupid idiot that's running this.
Oh, so good.
Yes.
You be right screwed.
That one's dead. This is the stupidest mistake you guys ever made in your life. Another one's down.
Captain, fare thee well, coke swabber.
Say your prayers. Liver, how could I miss them badly?
What fools.
Huh?
I shouldn't complain. Look at all the things I'll be able to sell now. None of it's really of good quality. Except for this. Some find... Oh. Another ring. We could use actually that. Let's see.
I've got it.
A ring. Who could use this? Probably you. You are a fighter who jumps right into it. It's a ring of protection. Fortitude, reflex, and will. And boots. Smoothly jointed. Huh. You can use that. Okay. Well, let's go see this play. It seems to be so difficult to start up. It really is.